When we last left our adventurers, they had been fruitlessly searching for the necromancer for some days, and had just come across a traveling merchant by the name of Big Chuck. Having completed their business with Big Chuck, the party sets off after Teleri, who had been scouting ahead. Soon they arrive at the river Hornwith, and can see the Bridgevale Plains on the other side. Since it was growing late, they decided to set up camp for the night and cross the next morning. An uneventful evening passes, and in the morning, Alexandra has finally recovered from the scourge attack. Not wanting to try fording this river, Tyrion creates a bridge for the party to run across. Mounting up once again on their conjured steeds, the group sets out in the direction of Icehard. Bridgevale is far more peaceful than Axevale, and the whole day manages to pass without incident. When they arrive at the Roaring Run, the group notices something odd. They've been forced to ford this river on their way out of the city, but now they can see two bridges spanning the water. There's also someone sitting in the middle of each bridge. Riding to the northern bridge, they notice that the person is a half-elf. He has a parasol hovering over him, providing shade while he reads. He also has a staff near at hand, and is wearing a blue sash, which indicates that he is part of the Phalanx. The half-elf explains that the bridge is part of the deal that the Phalanx made with the city when they took over many of the guard duties. The toll is 1 silver, which we each hand over to the half-elf, although we see him put each coin in an individual bag before putting them all away. Riding up to Izard, the group can see that much has changed about the city. The walls are repaired now, clearly fabricated by the Akastai mages, whose banners now fly alongside those of the city. There is constant traffic going in and out of the city gates, which look far more formidable than they had previously, and it is being supervised by guards wearing the red and black of Isard. But there are blue and white clad Phalanx members standing further back, seemingly supervising the other guards. Our adventurers head to the inn that they had stayed at last time, the Coleridge Crest. While Torrin heads to a temple for the evening, accompanied by Teleri, the rest of us take rooms for the night. We also ask Hrod to send word to Leland Sabat to join us. At the temple, Torrin and Teleri see dozens of students training and the master watching over them. Torrin explains to his master that he did not find any martial scrolls in the tomb, and also introduces Teleri. He asks a student, Javin, another Kalishtari, to show her around, while he stays and speaks with his master. During that conversation, Torrin learns that the purpose for his search for the scrolls is to discover the breaking wave technique, which turns aside all attacks. One thing from his school, and they will arrive in 2 days. The master asks Torrin to return then, because he may have a task for him. The next day, the group meets up at the Coleridge Crest. The ladies decide to hit the shops for a few items, while Torrin and Cal wait at the inn in case Sabat shows up. While out shopping, Alariel's keen ears hear a female voice lambasting someone for spilling her luggage. Recognizing the voice, Alariel slowly approaches the commotion, and sees her aunt Marathra yelling at a young man she also recognizes, William. Wearily, Alariel asks why her aunt is there. Marathra responds with much more enthusiasm, seemingly overjoyed to see her niece. She says she has left matters in Satumari to Alariel's father, so she can come out here. William was ordered by his father to accompany her and serve as her porter. Marathra, meanwhile, is interested in what Alariel is doing here, especially in the company of Alexandra and Teleri, whom she regards with quite a bit of disdain. Thinking quickly, Alariel claims she is doing charity, and that these two are her charity cases. She claims to have been working with the Sacred Heart organization, dedicated to uplifting those who can't uplift themselves. Marathra seems to mostly buy this, but William is having a very difficult time containing his laughter. Once the bags are all packed up, Marathra insists that Alariel come to see her once she is settled in. It seems she wishes to take Alariel under her wing, which Alariel seems to view in the same light as she did the White the other night. Once the family reunion was over, they resume their shopping. Alexander purchases a pair of kukri, and Teleri arranges for the production of a set of dragonhide barding for Woofy, though it won't be ready for another week. Meeting back at the inn, the group discusses how long they will remain in Izard. Torrin wants to wait until he knows what task his master has for him, while Alariel wants to be gone yesterday, in order to avoid any more confrontations with her aunt. As they are talking, Leland Sabat walks in, accompanied by a slightly older man. He looks far more well off than the last time we saw him. Instead of the threadbare clothes he was wearing before, he now dresses in rich blacks and greys. He asks what news we have on his brother, army and the zombies, and that his brother is dead. Sabat seems like he'd been expecting some sort of bad news, though the zombie part was certainly a surprise. He pays the remaining fee to the group, and also asks if they will be around for a while, and if they would like to be put on retainer for future services. The group agrees, and each is given 50 platinum pieces. It seems that Sabat has made some new friends from Therengrad, and this is where his newfound fortune is coming from. And this is where we have left our adventurers. So, what tasks does Torrin's master have in store for him? Why is Ilariel's aunt really here? What sort of job warrants such a large upfront sum from Sabat? Find out next time on the Saga of Wounds to Cal's Chest.